So we're joined by Hatem Dhiab, Managing Partner at Gerber Kawasaki Wealth and Investment Management. Hatem, it's great to see you as ever.
Likewise, Andrew, good to be on.
One thing that has me scratching my head today, and I'm often confused, is that I thought investors were wary of this Tesla Robotaxi initiative. So they're not pleased to hear that it's being postponed?
Obviously, I think it fuels to the skepticism that Robotaxi are just not ready for prime time. Obviously, as you said, there's been a nice momentum in Tesla stock, and this Robotaxi event was going to be, another reason to get excited.
Okay.
But getting delayed like this, I think it's problematic for investors.
You note that Tesla, its share of electric vehicle sales in America has been dropping. I guess it is a growing market, though.
Yeah, I think EV sales in general have been decelerating, but Tesla's share of the EV market, which was over 50%, has just dropped to below 50% last quarter. And I think just simply because there's a lot more cars. I think there's over 100 EVs on the market. There's a lot of other companies coming up with some really, really good models. And I think one of Tesla's biggest problem is the model lineup is pretty stale. Like, they need to have a little bit more options and models, and I think that's what consumers want.
You do think, though, that Tesla's in desperate need of some refreshed models?
Absolutely. I think this is not anecdotal. A lot of consumers want new models, new colors, new really kind of more options, really. That's why other car manufacturers make new options every 2 or 3 years. But Tesla hasn't done that, and we've seen that issues with sales going down the last year or so as a result.
What about Tesla stock? Is it a buy now? Oh, I'm not sure.
Very expensively right now. I think 90 times forward PE. If we saw the trough in sales, or at least if we've seen that Tesla is trying to accelerate their sales again, that might be very interesting. But for me, I think one of the issues that I'm worried about is they've been given 0% financing over the last 6 months or so to stimulate demand, and that may hurt their margins going forward. So I think that's something to be looking forward to, or looking at in the next quarter.
So I missed part of your reply there, Hatem. The video froze. But so you wouldn't necessarily be a buyer of Tesla right now?
Yeah, I think you have to be careful right now, especially because they've been issuing 0% financing to stem demand, and that may hurt their margins going forward. If you believe in the EV market over the long term, yeah, you want to own the stock, but you have to be careful in the short term, I think. And
you reckon it's trading at something like a 90 times PE ratio?
Yeah, it's very expensive. It's a really, really expensive stock. It's priced for perfection, and Tesla is not really performing that well right now. And I think this volatility around, like, one of the biggest problem with this delay of the Robotaxi for me is really how do you manage the PR around it, right? They should be doing much better job preparing investors when they have issues with releasing products, releasing events, and so forth. And Tesla just hasn't been doing that very well.
Some fans of Tesla say, well, it's at the center of an ecosystem, not an ego system, but an ecosystem. Freudian slip there. It's got its home battery business, and it's got its chargers business. Is that a big part of the value of Tesla?
Ecosystem is not that far. I agree with you. I mean, they have their energy business is actually growing really nicely. I think that's really one of the more exciting parts, especially with AI. But the reality is they are selling EVs, and that's the most important thing. Yeah, they're fully integrated. Yeah, they have a charging system. So there's a lot of things that they have that not a lot of other companies do have, and that's a huge competitive advantage. But ultimately, if they can sell more cars and do it at a profitable way and an accelerating revenue way, it's going to be an issue going forward.